keep the comedy rolling all the way from the United States of America, Mr. Bill Burr.
Yeah. All right, thank you. Thanks a lot. How's it going? Great. It's nice to be here. I'm at that age where everybody I know is getting married. Let me ask you a question. Why the hell do people keep getting married? You know what I mean? Isn't anybody looking at the stats? You know what I mean? 3 out of 4 marriages go right down the shitter, right? If you were going skydiving and they told you 3 out of 4 parachutes weren't gonna open, you'd be like, yo, I'm not going. Like, I don't like those odds. I have a 75% chance of splatting on the ground. But there's something about getting married. People just have to do it, right? They're just like, is this the line to lose half my shit? Awesome. This is gonna be great. No, I'm just kidding. I love women. I'm just not compatible with them. No, they got too much energy for me. You notice I said they always have to be doing something. You know, like they can't like take a day off, you know? You can't have a day off when you have a girlfriend. They just like see that open day. They're like, oh my God, let's fill it up with shit. They just come at you with like one horrible idea after another. They have the worst ideas. They do. You ever get to this one, they'll be like, you want to go to brunch? You want to go to brunch on Sunday? And inside you're like, no. But you can't say that. You got to keep her happy, right? So what do? You agree? Yeah, let's go to brunch. What a great idea. Why would you want to sleep in on a Sunday when you can go pay $52 for eggs? Now you're thinking. Then we can sit around and listen to your friends have moronic conversations about the eggs, you know, like, is that pesto? Is that pesto in your omelet? Oh, it's asparagus. It's asparagus. I thought it was pesto. I was dating this girl recently. She was like really into like women's issues, you know? Because women always go on TV, you know, they say all they want is to be treated exactly like guys. But if you listen to them, they don't. All they want is the good of being a guy. They're cherry picking. They look at a guy's life like it's like a buffet, right? Like you just can start picking out stuff, like same amount an hour, we'll take some of that. Pay for the movie, you can keep that one, I don't like that one. This is nice, that's yucky, that's icky. Hey, come on, people, you can't choose. This girl gives me, she goes, well, why does a guy make more an hour to do the exact same job? I go, I'll tell you why. Because in the unlikely event that we're both on a Titanic and it starts to sink, for some reason, you get to leave with the kids and I have to stay. That's why I get the $1 more an hour. No, it's a $1 an hour surcharge. You hear a bump in the night, I gotta go check it out. Like, yes, he does have a knife. Anytime there's a hostage situation, who do they negotiate for? Well, at least let the women and children go. Well, what about me? You think I want to stay in the vault? Those 20 other sweaty guys sharing a bag of peanuts, you know? Praying to God I'm not the hostage who gets dragged out by the psycho with a gun to my head as he's asking the cops for a helicopter, which I know he's not going to get, right? I know he's not getting the helicopter. So now I gotta make idle conversation with the 38 to my head going, dude, go for a rent-a-car. I think you should go for the rent-a-car. See what I'm saying? Where are all those feminists then? You can't find them. They had no feminists in a house fire. You can take the most hardcore feminist, you know, some chick right in your face, you chauvinistic son of a bitch, you know, little short, little haircut, you know. Second those flames break out, she'll twist those little hairs into pigtails. Oh, I'm just a girl. I want to go play jump rope. No, that's why I hated that movie, the Titanic. Every girl I meet thinks that movie's romantic. It's irritating. I think, that was really romantic, don't you think? It's like, no! It's a horror film. And they're always like, why? I'm like, because all the guys die. See, you're watching it trying to relate, going, who would I be? You'd be that chick floating away in the big piece of luggage, right? I'm watching it going, who would I be? I'd be that dude when, like, the boat breaks in half, that dude who, like, falls straight down and bangs off and goes in the water. That's who I'd be. I'd be wearing a tuxedo, not because I wanted to, but you wanted to dress up that night, right? I'd be falling the whole way down going, I should have fucked that chick in first class, and I'm out of time. You guys are a lot of fun. Thank you very much. Good night. Thank you.
You're very funny, Bill Burr. Long story short, Hugh Jackman plays the part of Gary Hart, and he was amazing. And I had a really fun scene where we were tailing him, we were chasing him down this alley, and he's like the nicest guy ever, but he's a big guy, he's like 6'4", and he's ripped. And we went down the alley, and his character's mad at our character, and he just turned around and looked at us, and for half a second, I was like, oh, that's Wolverine. And I legit got scared, and he's a big guy, you know, so... What's funny in this scene is as the reporter, I have like a notebook, and I dropped it. And after the screening, we went to the Toronto Film Festival, and all these actors are coming up to me. I love the choice you made. I love the choice you made to drop the notebook. I go, no, dude, that was real. I was like, hard day at work, and that's all they need. So basically what happened was a lot of empty seats where I was up because StubHub was gouging people so bad, people just stayed home. So there was all these empty seats behind us.
Really?
So my buddy was taking his beer, empty beer cans, was sticking them there, and this guy, I don't know, he had a problem with it, and rather than just being, hey, do you mind, my wife and kid got to get by, can you just blah, 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 he just immediately went to, hey, was there something wrong with the bottom of your chair? And then it escalated, and then I pulled the ladies line, which usually diffuses it. I was like, ladies, come on, what are we doing? We're at the game here, right? And I go to shake his hand, he doesn't shake my hand like an So now, all my Boston anger comes up, and I'm just talking loudly about West Coast fans, forgetting that I'm a bald 50-year-old man that's going to get thrown off the upper deck. And finally, after an inning and a half, I'm at the World Series, and I'm mad at this idiot behind me. What do I care? Okay, what do I care about this guy? You know, he's not going to hurt us. There's four of us. You know, he was like 80 pounds overweight, so what's he gonna fall on us? Like, that's the best thing he's gonna do. So I went down to get a beer. When I came back, he was mean-mugging me the whole way up.
Oh, really?
He's with his wife and kid. He's sitting there, you know, looking like he just got out of Denny's, and he's looking at me like he's gonna do something. So my eyes are starting to go, but I refuse to get glasses, so I'm sitting there, like, as I'm walking up, I'm like, is this guy looking at me? So, you know, when you have old eyes, you gotta look away and then look back to make sure, right? So I did that. Now he thinks I'm soft. Like, oh, I got him. He blinked, right? So something happened on the walk up to him. I was just like, I'm not doing this anymore. I was just like, dude, come on, man. I gotta respect the Dodgers. I love you guys. I'm sorry you put that thing. Can we just crush, you know, squash this, right? So I go to do the fist bump, and he's so immature, like emotionally, that when he went to do the fist bump, he didn't even move his hand up. He just had it in his lap, and he just kind of went like this. You know like when a toddler goes to wave for the first time, they don't lift their arm up, they just imitate you like that. Like, he did that, and I did the fist bump, and then we were fine. So I think I figured something out.
What?
Because there's an overlap with Irish guys and Mexican dudes as far as, like, a disconnect. Like, you have, like, this anger, and, like, I think, like, when you meet a 40-year-old Mexican dude, you got to do the math. That's like meeting a 60-year-old Irish guy in therapy years. Like, they're even more hardcore. Dude, they'll literally stand there, face 10 people with flamethrowers and not even flinch. Be like, what? I'm not backing down. So you have to give them, you got to give them the out. So I gave him the out, and then I squashed it. And then even my buddy, the English Boston guy next to me, afterwards, he walked out. He was just like, dude, how did you do that? How did you do that? It's just like, well, you know, I've been married for 5 years, losing fights all the time. So I've just learned.
Christina, congratulations on the baby. You just had the baby, right?
Yeah, little Friday morning.
Friday morning.
I did. My wife did. I didn't do anything. I felt unbelievably useless. I was in total panic mode. When I dropped her off at the emergency room, she goes, all right, you got to go park the car down in the spot. And I swear to God, I was in such fight or flight. I was driving down there, this voice in my head just said, just keep going. Just keep going. Just drive away. Which, of course I wouldn't, but I started laughing. Isn't there like a Bruce Springsteen song about that? Going out to get cigarettes, and there's something hilarious about people abandoning their family, where, like, I just can't imagine, like, the hell that you would be in to do that move. But just knowing you were gonna do it, like, the level of excitement that you would have before, like, okay, I'm gonna Gonna go get some cigarettes. And I'm never gonna see you people again, your mother-in-law. All of this stuff is over.
Immigration.
I'm a loner, man. I don't like people. So...
Yeah, you're not lying.
I don't.
Yeah, I know.
This Fifth Avenue during Christmas time, the thoughts that go through my head. The thoughts that go through my head. I just want to chop that tree down and watch it land on people as I walk over their head.
No!
I do.
That was the
Sorry.
holiday season.
I know.
No.
You knew I wasn't going to stick to that.
I know,
I was trying to be happy. I was trying to be happy. I was trying. We tried.
We tried.
Oh, you played drums. Oh, that was fun, wasn't it? It went right in the tank.
Yeah.
Right in the tank. I got to trash people or it doesn't work.
I like fucked up shit. I like when crazy stuff happens. I like stuff like in sports. I love watching sports. Like, I love all this stuff like people cheating, like with steroids, you know? I am so pro steroids, it's ridiculous. I could really give a shit, you know? I don't know what Barry Bonds is doing, but whatever he's doing, I hope he keeps doing it. I hope he just comes out as like one big chest muscle with like a bat sticking out. Just keeps cranking him over the fence, you know? Who gives a fuck? People have been cheating since the beginning. Since I was watching baseball in the 70s, half of them were on coke. You don't think that helped you see the ball a little better? Be like wired out of your mind, like, dude, I can see every stick. The curveball, I'm gonna get 12th inning, you're all done. This is the shit, man. No, I love all that stuff. I like when, you know, people fall out of the upper deck, when athletes punch people in the stands. I mean, that's just like what's entertainment for me now, you know? I like that Jimmy the Greek moment that happens in sports, you know? Like once every 4 or 5 years, you know that? Like some 50, 55-year-old white dude tries to explain why black people are kicking out of white people in practically every major sport, you know? And it always goes down the same way, right? There's always like 3 white dudes and the one white dude in the middle. He's always like the guy with like the theory. You know, he's always, you know, it seems these African-American athletes, they seem to have this quick twitch muscle fiber. You know, there's a slow twitch and there's this quick twitch. And the second the dude says that, like the other 2 white dudes start like sliding out of frame, like, okay, this guy's getting fired and I'm not gonna be part of this highlight. Nice knowing you, Ned. Keep that seat warm, right? And the dude in the middle, he's just like hell-bent on getting fired. You know, he starts like bringing up slavery. And evidently they were breeding the strongest man with the strongest woman and that quick twitch. And literally 20 minutes later, that dude's on TV. He's like fired, right? He's crying. His family's standing there. He's got like a box of shit from his desk with like an Emmy sticking out. He's like, oh, I'm sad. I was just talking about the quick twitch and the slow twitch. And I wasn't just trying to make a point. No, I love that. I love seeing people mess up their careers like that. It's just funny to me. Plus, I gotta admit, as a white dude, on some level, I have to believe in that theory, because it's like, a white dude's that bad at basketball? I can't even watch the NBA anymore, man. It's like every highlight, the white dude's like that, the black dude has like his nuts in his face, fucking blah! I'm just sitting at home like, for the love of God, tackle the guy. Jesus Christ, get out of the way. Do you ever get tired of those 2 nuts flying over your head? You know you're gonna be on SportsCenter, just get out of the way. Dude, I'm telling you, there's got to be something to that theory. I saw this show one time on runaway slaves. It was one of the most amazing programs I've ever seen in my life. Dude, when you ran away as a slave, you just didn't run to the end of the driveway and be like, oh, that job, just start walking down the street. Dude, you had to like run through whole states. There's dogs chasing you, you're hurdling, you're swimming. Those were the first triathletes. And there was nobody helping them out. There was no dude on the side of the road like, come on, man, 2 more states, you're in Ohio. Suck it up, you're looking good, looking good. Yeah, dude, you were on your own. Is it any wonder? 250, 300 years of that, and then I'm gonna D you up in gym class? It ain't happening. I come from hundreds of years of alcoholics. I got like half a liver, you know what I mean? It's just... You know what's funny to me about that stuff? You can't even like, you know, I obviously know that theory's crazy, but it's just like, you can't even bring up how well black people are doing in sports. Everybody gets all weird about it, which I don't understand, because it's like a compliment, you know? Like, feel how weird it is right now. You know, I just brought that shit up. I'm saying something good, right? I saw a coach get in trouble for that. Like, his team was like 0-6 or something. They just couldn't win, and every week the press was just getting on him more and more and more, right? And the dude, he was just like flustered, and he had like a moment of honesty. They were like, why can't you guys win a game? He's like, oh, you know, the offense isn't getting it done, you know, defense, you know, they're too slow, and they just run out. Tell me, we gotta get some more black guys in this team, but I'm telling you, it's not. And immediately, everybody's like, what? Everyone started freaking out like they had no idea what this dude was talking about. It's like, are you watching SportsCenter?
Or do you see the Olympics? Like, I love the 100-meter dash, right? There's always like 9 black dudes and that one token white guy in like lane 8. I'm just sitting there going, come on, man, one time. Just one time, just win the bronze, just do what you gotta do. And the white dude always stays with him till like the first turn, then he like flows out and hammy. Those other 8 black dudes are like, where's that white dude the next Olympics? He's like up in the broadcast booth, his career's over. This is where he's like a commentator. Yeah, it's gonna be a great race. Still can't feel my toes, but I'm telling you. No, I don't get it. It's like a compliment. We're saying you're fast. That's a good thing, right? People start all freaking out. Oh, you're acting like that's all we can do. You're saying we can't be scientists. No, we're not. All we're saying is if there was a race through the microscopes, you would win. We're just saying that you're fast. You get there first. Your lab coat would be flapping in the wind. I'd get there like 3 minutes later, all cramped up. Are you looking at bacteria? No, you go first. You just go first. Jesus Christ. It was a Volvo. The guy ran by a Volvo in street shoes. I've never seen that before in my life. No, I get into those arguments all the time. All the time. Friends of mine will be like, well, how come anytime a black athlete does something, they say it's an athletic move? Anytime a white athlete does it, they say it's an intelligent move. And it's like, well, fair enough, man. It just depends on what you're doing. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, if you read a defense, white or black, that's an intelligent move, right? But if you take off from the foul line, jump over 9 other dudes, and throw down, those other 9 guys aren't standing there like, why didn't I think of that? Here I am dribbling around, guys. I think that's some superhero. You have like a cape flapping in the wind with a big S on your chest. I'm telling you, man, that's the funny thing about Hitler. Just let me finish. Let me work my way. Let me work my way through this idea. No, that's my favorite sports clip is that Jesse Owens. I just love it because their whole angle was fucked up. He made Hitler leave in like the 3rd quarter, right? He's putting down his number 1 finger, just walking out of the stadium. Jesus Christ. Their whole thing was like, we are going to create a superior race. It's like, dude, I think we accidentally already did that. You know, we send a select group of people to the gym every day for a couple hundred years. That's paying dividends. They're dunking on us every day. Dude, how quiet was that limo ride home with Hitler? You know what I'm saying? You know he was talking crazy when they were on the way there. They were all amped up. We are going to dominate Sieg Heil. Just going off. That whole ride home, they're just sitting there all quiet. You're sitting next to an even angrier than usual Adolf Hitler. Trying to make some sort of small talk, like, hey, it is one nice day, isn't it? You know, nice, good.
Huh?
A roll.
No, I'm bald.
No,
I'm
but
going bald.
I know, but but you still had some stuff, residue of hair.
Residue?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had residue, you know what I mean?
Yes,
You could have done
I
a Chernobyl thing that you were doing, but
I had,
yeah, but you didn't. You just had to shave it.
yeah, it's one of those things. Are we going right now?
No, we don't. There's no rules, but I'm
Okay,
I'm just asking a question.
Okay.
Right.
I'm going to answer.
I understand that, but why are you? Your head looks like Darth Vader when he took his helmet off. Remember that when he was just all fucked up?
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Is that the? That's fine. You're Bill Burr, but.
I'm trying to answer your question.
Yeah, go ahead. I
The
just
process of you coming out of the gate shitting on me.
yeah.
You know, when you start to lose your hair, you got 3 options.
Yeah.
You can,
Yeah.
and there's subsets to all of them.
All right.
Okay, you can do the Rogaine, the hair plugs,
Right.
the system, all of that.
Propecia.
They glue some shit on your head.
Right.
They take some of your pube hair and you get an afro.
Yeah.
Or you can just sort of let it happen.
Which you were doing, which I was like, that's the dope way to do it.
Oh, I'm glad I had your approval. Or you can just save it
Yeah.
and do what I did. So I just said fuck it.
Okay.
But what if
And I do. Like,
you-
I love how you came at me aggressive, and now you're going. You got your those little panda hands.
I
up.
was. I love how you attacked my little panda hand.
That's what you look like. You look like a little panda.
I know. I was just because when you took your hat
Like
off.
a little adolescent bear.
I was actually texting with Bill when I was, I was going through my recent problems. You know,
What, when you were coming blood?
no,
Gun in the mouth.
Oh, yeah.
No, when
He was. He started spewing blood a little bit.
trouble. You know, they call me Yanni Nets on the show because they feel like we
he's
got to put
passing out.
nets behind because I keep almost passing out
Yeah.
on stage.
We'll have those nets out November 9th, Gramercy Theater.
Yeah, we'll put the nets out,
Yeah.
or Mike emoji behind me in case I fall after
Mike-
his set.
yeah.
he'll be So I told
Mikey
you,
Pillows.
I passed. You know, and Comedy Connection. I canceled my whole weekend. I got off stage. I was doing.
Yeah, I had to call your wife.
Yeah, and I was still struggling with this when I was doing Mohegan Sun at Comics.
Yeah.
and I spoke to Bill, and it was just so nice to speak to somebody older and and
Anytime he goes, he's lying.
Yeah.
I'm not lying. What are you?
I don't know what that is.
It means you're older, and
wiser.
wiser, been there.
Further ahead in the career, let's be
A lot
clear.
further.
Let's be clear.
Kid moves fucking
I mean,
tickets.
the kid's fucking barely selling out bananas.
Yeah, I've almost I sold it out once, and I haven't been since I put down the wig. I haven't been asked
Yeah,
back.
I got asked to give money back to cops in San Francisco. That's how bad I did.
Oh, I got sent home. I got sent home. Punchline Sacramento. I just, hey, Bill, come on in the
That's on
office.
there
I'm
this
like,
weekend.
oh, they're really impressed with my new hour. They're like, yeah, Bill, Sunday ain't happening. We're gonna send you home. How would you like to get on a plane right after your show? I got one of those.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got demoted from headliner down to feature act the first time I headlined at the Trop in Vegas. The chick I was seeing, I flew her out to see me, my big headlining. Oh yeah. And the way you love a child and your idea what they are, I mean, give the guy a minute to process it. Where it's just like, if I just met that person and they said, hey, hi, I'm transitioning, blah, 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 I could, okay, cool, whatever. But then, then there's other levels. If I worked with you for 5 years and all of a sudden you, Joey, were becoming Josephina, there's going to be a period of what? What the and this all the conversation we have and how did I never see that? Blah, blah, blah. Wherever you are on that whole spectrum of dealing with it is what you should be allowed to go through. I mean, the guy is not like, he's not there yet. And I just don't see how putting the guy in prison is going to solve. Like he's going to go to jail and be like, oh, now I'm open-minded.
Now I got it.
Now I'm empathetic. I get it. There's something about coming in here and having to make a shank out of my toothbrush and try not get raped in the ass that I now understand this.
We discovered that there's
That's the weirdest story anybody's ever said on the podcast. That made me uncomfortable.
From the beginning, too.
No, it's the serial killer tone of his complete lack of emotion.
Thank you. Can I tell you
And
something?
then this happened.
Yes. Yeah. You know what? And I know, Bill.
The only thing missing from that story is the sound of somebody gagged, screaming in the other room.
Right. Now I know that you.
Let me go.
Yeah. And I know that you suspect that my husband is a psycho. I've heard about
No,
this.
he is.
Yeah, no, I know. And I actually
completely
agree.
is.
Yeah. And I've been trying to prove
a
this
psycho.
on this show for a long
He's
time.
just like, there's Bud and there's Bud Light. There's Psycho and Psycho Light. He's not the high calorie one that can't get married and have kids.
That's right.
Yes, but if his thoughts were a movie,
Yep.
yeah, definitely NC-17.
Yep. He's a functioning psychopath.
Yeah.
You know why? Because when I started dating him, Bill, and this is a true story, when I started dating Tom Segura back in 2005, there were red flags, little stuff. Like when we were, remember?
Little dead animals behind your
No,
apartment building.
Not that. But I remember, in the beginning, you're all lovey-dovey, and he'd be like, I like you so much. I like you so much. I just want to gouge your eyes out. I want to squish your face and kill you and put a sledgehammer in your head. Remember that stuff, Tom? You're like, I love you so much. I just want to smash your head in. I'm being serious.
No, somebody said that about my kid one time. Oh my God, look at those feet. I just want to cut them off. And I was just like, yeah, lunatics. Yeah, right there. You can't be with a person like that. So
Well, I am,
if you ever
unfortunately.
need a safe house, we got a guest room.
Well, I'm 2 kids deep now.
I think I used to say I want to put your head through that dresser.
Yes.
Yeah. But I was as an expression of love.
Right.
Yeah.
And there were other things, too, like...
Because you don't like love and you hate that it makes you feel weak or something, that you want to violently take it out on her?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it worked out.
It did
Were
actually.
you frustrated that you knew you had no control over the love that you had for your wife?
Ooh,
So
that's
then,
good,
then
though.
you were starting to feel trapped.
I think it was more of like,
like that.
I didn't know how to express how good I felt. You know, so
Yeah.
I thought
No,
yeah.
no. He really just tried. He tried to play like dim-witted there.
Yeah.
No,
See, that's the problem.
you're
I fell
cold,
for it.
Calculated.
Yeah.
You're everything you need to be to make in this business.
Yeah.
You just can't be
Yes.
creative and just be floating around like, oh, that tickles my artistic fan.
There's an
The
idea.
chocolate one and then do the green one.
I
and then
will.
you'll be fine.
I'm excited.
I will.
Yeah,
But you
Start-
gotta
then,
not
dude,
order.
I'm telling you, then you
I'm
just start.
excited
If
for
you
that
start
smoothie roll.
eating well,
Next-
the fat has nowhere to hide. It just
Right,
doesn't. It
right.
just it's like it's just over.
All right, you come back on this show, and I'm gonna be skinny, and I'm gonna call it the Bill Burr. Ethan's no longer fat.
No, here's the thing. I gave you like literally. I just scraped the surface. Okay, and what you want to do is get a nutritionist. Do not
Yeah.
listen to your listeners who's going to be actually there's studies about almond milk and all, and there's going to be a zillion things.
So
and
you're
Yeah.
That's why I got a nutritionist, because if you go on and you try to learn yourself on the internet and you don't know what you're doing, just the first like 3 pages are all dominated by evil food people, where it's just like, no, you're not getting away, and it's just and then trying to it's like trying to give money to a charity. How do I know that this is
Yeah.
a legit one?
That's so true.
How do I know? And it's just so
okay. I think I do need to get a nutritionist.
I agree.
But I tried a diet where I got a personal trainer, and she's like, I want you to eat high-fat ground beef, cheese, avocado. I was like, are you sure this is going to make me lose weight?
yeah. That what and then what?
It's like the no.
Yeah, you
well,
should-
I was like,
what's your block?
I was like, what are you talking
Yeah,
about?
no, it's like
what is
all
that?
of
That's the
Well,
The
well,
keto style.
I
was
think
like,
what they do is a lot of those personal trainers. What they have is they have down to like a formula how to have you do like a Biggest Loser weight drop and like how to quickly just cut things down
Yeah.
and look amazing. Blah blah.
Yeah.
I don't like. I really.
That's
It's not
not
healthy.
sustainable.
yeah.
you can't. That's not.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
scared the hell out of me when she was like,
Everything
cheese.
you just said, I'm like, how is this going to move through my body?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What is the lubricant? Where is the
right.
what is going to get me? Oh, well, you drink a stick of butter. Okay. And I know there's a lot of lies about nutrition, but that just goes too far.
Yeah, I think we all can
Just
understand.
take a
that that's
handful of raw bacon and dunk it in butter juice and then suck that down. It's just like, all right. You sure? Everything was a lie that you were told. It's just like, all right. It's just like, this is either 100% right or I'm going to Jonestown. So that might, and I don't know anything about that diet, but I found what I've been doing has been working from you.
Okay,
So
I like
try it out.
Yeah.
It's
Get
the
yourself a
being a
nutritionist.
healthy, reasonable human being diet.
Where it's like, so I could, I was 19. I was freshman, sophomore, so I was acting like an idiot. Would
Also
pull up-
doing a couple cycles of Winstrol.
Yeah,
at
I was
that
on
time.
Winstrol at the time.
Yeah, he did a couple cycles.
It's what are you going to do?
Yeah,
So,
low steroids.
so
Thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't
yeah,
know what that was.
Yeah. So,
Steroids for basketball?
Yeah,
well, it's just you could move. I mean, I could just, I could like tomahawk dunk. I was just like being an athlete. Basketball was such a huge part of my life that my friends, when I do comedy, if they, do something with comedy, my friends from home.
Wait,
they
you
came-
couldn't dunk and then you took roids and then you could?
No, I always could. Well, I couldn't always. I started being able to dunk when I was like 16. I did Winstrol once for like 6 weeks, so it was a small part of it.
You did a cycle.
I did a cycle.
Did a
Yeah.
cycle.
Just one cycle.
Yeah.
Happens. And to be honest with you, when I did that cycle, I was my junior year in college. It was my worst year because I was dealing with a lot of anxiety and all from
Your balls
Side
shriveling up?
yeah, all that.
You could go between the legs a little easier that year.
Yeah, my balls
With the
were shriveled.
anxiety.
But it was just the way to communicate.
I
in my
love that you
neighborhood.
felt at Division III. I got to get on roids. I need a competitive edge here.
Yeah.
we got to beat LaSalle Academy next week.
Yeah.
When you can talk about, oh, can you believe this guy said that about someone on a podcast? And it just becomes like,
Yeah. My
Right,
rule
it's
became you guys don't have this luxury. You have to have discipline and do jokes, and those are going to involve the rest of the world. But my rule became, because I'm babbling, I had to go, okay, it's at the end of my nose where all the, I can confess, I can talk about anything. It's not going to be clickbait if I talk about sticking stuff up my butt when I'm jerking off, or like you know.
What do you stick in your butt when you jerk off?
I
You can't brush over that. Yeah, bad
Scripts he didn't like.
People's dreams.
people's dreams. I'm really fancy. I'm like a Sam Shepard play.
Do you take those little brass clips out of there before you do it, or is that an added Christmas bonus for you?
People's dreams.
Yeah.
A Sharpie pen, Jim Norton. A Sharpie pen. Like,
have you really?
Yeah, I tried it because I read a Playboy article about the prostate getting stimulated and stuff, and so I tried a Sharpie pen. But and then
I put some hand sanitizer on it or something first, or just find a pen and put
I
it up
thought
there?
that pen is the thing that got dirty, not me.
Cap on or cap off?
It was the end. That's why I picked it.
Like an octopus afterwards.
I don't want that.
Where'd he go?
Squirting ink.
The cap is designed to be like a grappling hook. You wouldn't want to actually put that up there. Like,
just hooks on. Just
yeah.
Okay. Hey, you know, you always learn. That's why
It's
you
like
gotta
a
come up to LA,
harpoon.
Jim. You gotta learn shit out here.
But
So a pen, did you like it or did you not like it?
well, it was fine enough. I mean, something in your butt is better than something not in your butt.
Sure.
I guess is what we find out. But the problem is it worth like? Then you finish orgasming and you're.
You got to go back to Staples.
And now I'm like, now
it's
you
4:30. There's traffic.
They have to gingerly pull a pen out of your asshole. You're like, that wasn't worth it. That wasn't worth this
I
moment.
was just saying he needed more Sharpies.
Did you go in?
No, we're still going. No, I didn't go in for that. You think I'm actually going up? You think he got offered that? He's Johnny
I
Depp.
know,
man.
but I figured, they'd be like, it's Bill Burr. Let's take a look.
It's Bill Burr. He sells no movie tickets.
Let's try it out.
He sold out an improv.
Hey, didn't you have a clip from Bill's show?
Oh, is this here? I don't know. Our
Netflix
producer sends
approved.
us folders of shit. I don't know if this is it. What is this?
Black guys who love to fuck and fuck good. If you're a hot black guy and you want to fuck me at $23.95, if you want to move in, you can move in, but you gotta fuck me. I need to be fucked a lot, man. Get free food, free rent, and everything else, man. Here's the deal, man.
Is that from your show?
No, I'm just fascinated by that guy. That's about as free as it gets. I mean, he just doesn't care if his mother sees that or. I mean, he
Free is a
knows.
good word.
He knows what he wants. Is that a bow in his hair, or is that just a
I think
background?
that's the background.
Dude, he gave
Do
out
you
his
want
address.
free rent, though? Like, you get free rent, you get free food.
The reason why he's alone is he suffocates you.
Yeah.
He's very needy.
Very
I need to
needy.
be fucked. I need to be fucked a lot. It's like, okay. It sounds like, if you were into that he'd be enjoyable for about 2-3 days. And then after a while-
Oh, it would tire you out. Yeah.
Men from jail, homeless, or you're a thug, you want to come move in, your friend can move with you too, man. Free rent, you get a lease and a key. Piss on me, beat me, I'm home now. You see me, you want to come over today and try it out, man.
Try it out. What do you think?
No, I'm just trying to think what happened. He definitely was not built up as a child.
No.
You think it was
All
right?
that stuff, beat me, pee on me, and all that. It's just like your parents were just. I think this whole childhood were just yelling, "You're not good enough."
Yeah, it's probably pretty
disappointing
bad.
you. I
Yeah.
wish the kid across the street was my son and not you.
Yeah,
Said
it's
horrible
horrible.
like
I
that.
know.
I feel bad for that guy.
I know, but at
However,
the same time, it's funny.
However, yeah, but you know what's funny is like he so hates himself that he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you get like there's no? How does he have a job? Like, what do you mean rent free? Like, what are you doing? Like, does he drive like a UPS truck and like they're gonna see that and be like, well, he what he does in his own time, he's not.
But we can't give him any black eye partners, though. That'd be too
Yeah, just have him
Too
have him deliver in the white neighborhood, so we keep that side of him.
Oh my
What do you think
God.
about drug use? What do you think's going on
Yeah,
there?
I think he's a little high.
Yeah, those rings around the eyes are pretty serious, I think.
But that's such a crazy mustache that if he shaved that off, I don't think I'd recognize him.
It is I didn't even really think about the
Yeah.
mustache. It's a good point.
Very Cheech Marin.
Yeah, it's like dated. It's very
It
dated
is.
look. And if he
My
wants to
children,
attract
try it out.
men,
Want to piss on me, try it out. Seriously, probably only this fuck, man. I'm looking for hardcore guys. I mean it. I want to do it.
I mean it.
And I want to deliver it. I'm a hot white trash. Come, dump. Let's fuck.
it's a good offer.
I don't know.
Rent free. He's a hot cum dumpster.
Yeah, he's got a lot going on.
Like, doesn't he have enough pain in his life? He's got to be on this show too. You know what I mean? Yeah, that wasn't like low hanging fruit. That was actually
If you did that in a movie, if that was the character, you would be nominated because that was an amazing performance. I actually, what I was kind of addicted to was his cadence.
Yeah.
The way he had a very unique way of saying, I don't know what a quip is.
It's a new toothbrush.
Oh, you know what you look? You're looking to write a prescription. I feel like this is the end of a therapy session.
I'm gonna send you a quip. Okay.
Huh?
Just let me say.
What is a quip?
It's a toothbrush.
It's a toothbrush.
Is it a good one?
Yeah, it's really good.
It's a fancy,
I wanna
really
send you
fancy one.
Please,
You'll
it's
like
on
it.
me. You can throw it. You try it out.
Is this how you handle your relationships when people? What I wish I should have bitched about something bigger.
Yeah.
I hate my car. You just sit there, I'm gonna get you a car.
Now you've been with your lovely wife for how long? How long you guys been together?
I don't know, like 14, 15 years.
Yeah, it's a good run.
I love her more than ever.
Oh, see,
She's the best.
I'm fucking happy.
She's
he
the
is.
best.
It's nice.
I know.
It's refreshing. I hate when people hate their
But
spouses.
you can
It bothers me.
always.
Yeah. I bitch about her on stage, but I love her. I
Yeah.
do.
No, but you meant it. I saw that bit, and you meant it.
All right, don't yell at me.
So
You gonna put my head through the dresser?
because I love you. Now, you're always looking for ways to spice it up. Every relationship is. I was wondering.
Don't do that to me.
I'm wondering.
Okay, if that's what you're looking to do,
if
don't say that I am.
You will consider something different.
Hi, Melanie.
And I'm Scotty O.
With Ecstatic Hearts Tantra. And we just want to share that there are many ways to orgasm.
Mm-hmm.
You don't actually have to be having sex. You can orgasm just from hugging.
You know what's funny is they like if you switch their hair, they could be each other. They look just like each other.
Robert Kelly's and all that. They all call you Billy. Colin calls you Billy, but I'm Bill.
I'm
You know
just
what I mean?
immediately noticing. I don't know about the chain if it's
Yeah.
thick enough to be
Yeah.
that level of confidence.
Yeah, well, but when
that's
the
more
cha-
of a necklace.
when the chain's out. I just
he has on a fat chick ankle bracelet around
Yeah,
his
I
neck.
No,
Yeah.
I say guy when the chain's out.
Yeah, when it chains out. Yeah, but he does make a good point. It's not
It's
really
not-
a chain. It's more of an ankle bracelet on a big
Well,
girl.
yeah, my kid's mom was like, "Why are you wearing women's jewelry?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Shut up."
Well, here's the thing. His mom bought him for that, and he like for high school, and then he found it in his room and
Yeah.
he put it back on. I'm saying his face. It's too much Guido when it comes out.
No, you know what it is? You've aged past that chain where it becomes a necklace. If you're like
Right.
18, I get it. This is his first
Right, yeah.
one.
Yeah.
A relative bought it for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I'm talking about where they're like the morbidly obese runway modeling, and you're like, but we're beautiful, and you're like, I don't think
No,
so.
I think if you're going to be in a movie, you should be. And if you're going to get naked on
Yes.
film,
Yeah.
in TV, and movie, you should be in the best shape you
Stunning.
could possibly be.
Yeah.
Or you go the other way for the laugh.
Right.
But you're doing it for the laugh. But like to sit there and just show off an unworked out body and say that that's brave.
Right.
It's like the
know.
bravery is the person who has to look at it.
Yeah.
Because listen, we all look at each other's regular bodies, when you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
Because you love the other person.
Right.
You have to
Yeah.
love somebody.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what's amazing about beautiful people is you're not in love with them, but you can see them naked.
Right.
Like
right.
that's how
Yeah.
that's really in shape.
Right. I mean, I know the whole idea is like
No one wants
People-
to see me naked. I joke. You know what I look like naked? I look like I have the exact same body as the Pink Panther. Well, it's just a big head and it's just straight down, no ass, and then I have like the Pink Panther was like first trimester.
Yeah.
Like. But we live in an age though that if I was completely naked, I would be called brave
Yeah.
and courageous rather than rude
Yeah.
and inconsiderate to make you guys look at me.
Oh yeah, I
Yes.
mean, I've been asked to, be shirtless. I'm like, it's disgusting. Like, is it because it's funny? Because if it's going to be funny, that's one thing. But like, it's,
Yeah, like
I know that it's
I would do
gross.
it if like it. Can I act like I think I'm good looking?
Right, right.
Then I would do it.
Right.
But if I'm gonna do it like, yeah, man,
Serious.
this is my body. Deal with
Yeah.
it, and
my
literally
God.
put the pressure on you to not laugh at me and ridicule me. Is I am living in such a world of illusion. I don't have any pigment.
Yeah.
Just for me, no matter what shape I got into, to take my shirt off, I would be blinding people.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
it's just
so
it's
white.
Well,
just-
and that's
but
the
I
thing.
have other things that I'm good at.
Right.
Sure.
Okay, so you're the non-binary comedian. Very good.
Very good.
Okay, here's another
Performing
one.
in Irvine. By the way, they didn't mention I'm going to be wearing a dress.
Yes, please.
Okay, would you rather everywhere you go, you have to run to get there.
I'm out on that. I don't even care what the next one is. My back can't take it.
It's literally like you go to the next room in your house to say
Like a
something to your
5-year-old.
wife.
No.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No.
It's on-
Always running.
It's
Never
a-
stretching, just always running.
You always have to run
If
to
somebody,
Irvine.
if someone knocks on your front door, you have to run there. You have to run on stage.
Heavy
you always
feet.
run.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah.
I don't care what this is. Or join ISIS. All right, ISIS. Let's get those infidels.
Or every time you speak, you're shouting. So you're basically a toddler. Like you're
Full
screaming,
volume
full
shouting.
Like right
Will
now.
it hurt my voice to do
Of
it?
course, yes.
Yeah, a
it's
little bit.
painful.
Yeah.
Of course, it's not fun. Neither of these are going to be fun.
But you have to go like the phone ring. Hello. Yeah, like that. You always you say everything in that range.
Yeah, and your stand-up too.
I
for
found a
now.
loophole. I find a loophole.
What's the loophole?
I would just ignore people.
Oh,
So then I wouldn't have to talk to them, and then I just wait till they say my name 10 times, and I'd be like, "What?" So it made sense. There's the loophole. Because
That
you
is a
need
great loophole,
you
yeah.
need
That
your
is
health.
good.
You need your health, and my body would just hurt so much if
what
I
about
did
your,
that.
Your sweet wife who you love, be like, Bill, you gotta go. Yeah, and then she's like, Do you think you can take our daughter to the park? You're like, Yeah, and then your sweet daughter.
Yeah, but I
comes
could
in.
explain to her. I have an affliction. Ignore the tone of my voice. I love you more than life itself. You're my best friend.
So
I'd love to go to the movies, but you're going to have to do the purchase.
You can't whisper during the movie.
Yeah, he can. He can shout it. It's one of my favorite actors. Yeah, definitely. He could do it.
I think the wife did it.
You get some more popcorn.
Yeah, but I actually, because that would be fun. Once my wife was into it, I would just be totally quiet.
Yeah.
And your
then
act.
having sex. You like that? You feel so good.
It would wear on her. I think the bit would wear on her after a while.
You
No,
would get a
I would just
divorce.
duct tape a pillow around my
Oh,
mouth.
Yeah. All right. So,
So then it'd be
sounds
all
like,
that. Just do it like that. It's still not sexy.
No.
No, Sarah,
My
this
brain
is
hurts.
terrible.
The back of my head hurts.
But if you run everywhere, you'd be in great shape,
There you go.
and you can maintain your human relationships.
Yeah, you wouldn't yell at
But
anybody.
it's as simple as like you have to go piss in the middle of the night.
Yeah, no, but I would be miserable. I would start yelling at people because your body can't take that.
Yeah. That'd be a lot.
Yeah, but you get used to it. What do you mean? You become in fantastic shape.
That's right.
I used to say.
I bet you start singing a song right there. That would have been perfect.
You think so?
The Louis Changed the World song.
I had this really bad habit from just growing up in the 70s in the Midwest. Like when I was in the edit bay working on Community as late as 2010, I would say, take that back. See this. That's gay. Get rid of that. Like I was still doing that. I kind of had to like. There was a sea change during these last like 5 years. Like I like had to and then I found out what it was is I shouldn't be saying that anyway, but I found out the editor was gay, and realized I had been nonstop using that word just to mean like
Lame.
dumb,
Lame, stupid.
retarded,
Stinks,
you know.
yeah.
And then I apologized to him, and then the way he accepted the apology broke my heart because it was like he was like, yeah, that word just reminds me of a lot of stuff, you know. And it was like, oh God, like, that really like
the thing
woke me
about
up.
gay though, it's like it used to mean happy, and I was really happy, right?
Sure.
And you never heard them complain when it got hijacked. Like the really happy people didn't like protesting. People was like, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That word used to mean we're really enjoying our day. Well, you guys turn around and
Brutal of those piano solos for guys like you and me to sit. Like when you see people in tuxedos, I was talking about on the podcast last week, people in tuxedos and they're sitting there and they're watching some dude on a violin or like a piano solo and they're making believe like they're into it. You're not into it. You cannot be into it.
You can
There's
be,
no
but
fucking
like
way.
it's the scene that you shouldn't be into. But listening to a musician playing any instrument at the top of their game, I could listen to that all day long.
Oh, so
I'm
could
not
I.
going to sit there with ruffles on with a big fanning myself.
Right, and going, you know, like that.
I'm going
and
to
you
dress
were,
like the ant. Yeah, I'm going to take out my lighter.
Yeah, like you came out and said, if I listen to the guitar, the piano solo, I die, whatever the fuck. I was rolling when I saw that Monday morning. I lived for that. You don't know that. the Grammy thing. I was Bill. You have just been the thing about that they.
I wasn't saying that was a bad piece of music. It was just a
No.
hell of a thing to have to go. Like, that's the comedy thing. And, like, we're all out here because all those babies died, and we're going to raise money tonight. All right, your first comedian. It's just like, dude, we know why we're here. You're killing me. Well, you're in therapy. That's a good thing. But
Yeah.
the thing, what I did find out with therapy is if you're just going in there and emptying your brain every week, but you're not actually working on it, it's like it would be like sitting down and talking about working
With
and
your
then
trainer.
never going to the gym.
No, I'm like 12-step program. I like do the whole deal.
Okay.
Doing the whole thing.
All right.
It's like exercise. You got to do it every day. You release your resentments every night. I write out who I'm mad at and who I'm holding resentment towards on my little app.
How's it working
It's
out?
It's going pretty well.
You are wound tight.
You
know what? I never noticed. I don't think I hung out with you because we're always at the store and we
You
talk
don't
for
know
like
this
10
about
minutes.
me.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I would not want to make you mad.
No. Benton had to see it.
I had a buddy of mine the other day. He's one of these guys all the time is saying, Bill, that's not, that Trump isn't racist. Or, that thing where that guy went in and shot those Asian women or people at the
massage parlor.
At the spa, yeah. I don't think it was racially motivated. It's just like, I was just like, all right, dude. It's just like, do you understand how funny it is that you're going to tell a race of people that you're not what their feelings should be? Like, I always love the white guys going, yeah, Trump isn't racist. It's just like, so somehow all of those black people are getting their own experience wrong day to day. But you as a white person who has never been them and had to deal with a white guy like that, you have the inside scoop. And I think that that all people do that, including these so-called woke people.
Can I give you the prognosis of my asshole though first?
I would love to know about the prognosis of your asshole. I've heard enough election talk. Let's talk about your rectum.
So I mention it, right? And they go, "Oh, we got to go to the doctor." I went over there today, and my doctor, Dr. Kawashiri. Can I say his name?
You can.
Well, you just did.
Yeah, you
Well,
did.
he's a great guy.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah. He's one of the best. Don't bleep it.
Okay, I'll
He's
make
one of
it,
the
I'll
best.
make it louder.
Yeah, maybe maybe there's some promotion there for him.
Oh, good.
Yeah, maybe start.
Does he specialize in Asians?
I
mean,
with a last name like that.
You know what's weird? He could. He could because
I go to my doctor, Dr. O'Houlihan. he specializes in cirrhosis of the liver.
Yeah. Maybe I should switch it up.
Yeah.
Maybe I should get a black doctor or something.
Yeah.
It seems.
Could you be a little more woke and maybe
Yeah.
go to another race for your doctoring? All right.
So he goes. I tell him the problem. He goes, okay. So, Bobby, bend over. And I've never been like one to go, are you sure about bending over? Like, I'm like, you know me. I jump in. If there's a party, I'll jump in. So I bend over, take my pants off, obviously, right? And
what did you do first?
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Oh, yeah.
That's interesting. I think I
thought that was going to get a laugh.
No.
I thought it was a ridiculous question. Josh, you're going to break it. He just goes, oh, that's interesting.
No.
I
But
thought that was just
interesting. Because
I can't believe you're going to answer this.
A normal person would have taken the pants off first and then bent over.
yeah.
But what you just said was, I did bend over first and then took my pants off.
Wow.
Right?
Of course you did. That's so weird. Oh, my gosh.
And I bent over, and there was that moment where the doctor goes, you know what I mean?
Oh, my God.
What are you doing? Right? And I go, I know how it works. This is the way I do it. Right? So I bent over. Then
I like it. You made it weird back.
Yeah. I reversed it.
You took control of the weirdness. I like it. Now he's weirded out.
Right. And he goes,
what are you waiting for, big boy?
No, that's the thing. Really is. That's the thing. I hate that saying there's no reason. Obviously, I'm not saying to hit a woman, but saying there's no reason, I think that's crazy. When you say there's no reason, that kills any sort of examination as to how two people ended up at that place. If you say there's no reason, whew, you cut out the build-up, you're just left with the act. How are you going to solve it if you don't figure it out? Look how awkward it is in here right now. I said you shouldn't hit a woman. I'm just saying, how come you can't ask questions? You can only ask questions about what the guy did. You can never ask about the woman. Why is that? Why is that? What is that? What does answer him right mean? What does that mean? Are you the idiot who got up halfway through the special during the bit and you're like walking around like I'm not taping a special here? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Had to ignore all of that and now you're gonna like yell out? And not only that, yell something that makes no sense whatsoever? Answer him! Answer him! Every special I do, there's always one. Always right down the middle. Talking about hitting women, sweetheart. And I think you just added another reason. Jesus fucking Christ. You love this. I'm not even in a relationship with her fucking nagging me. Unbelievable. Look, I understand hitting a woman's a bad thing, okay? Well, how come you can't ask questions? I just don't understand. Like, if I got bit by a rattlesnake, wouldn't you guys have some questions? Right? How did it happen? Did you not see it? Were you with it? How did this snake get so mad it almost killed you? Firemen put out a fire. They don't just drive away afterwards. They sift through the debris. How did it start? Here's an oily rag, right? Look, I realize I'm coming off pretty ignorant right about now. I realize that. Let me extend an olive branch then, okay? I realize that there's some animal guys out there, okay? Horrible guys, you know, have a rough day at the factory, come home, tuna casserole, and just start swinging, all right? I'm not trying to say that those people don't exist. I realize they exist. They should be buried underneath the prison, okay? So if I can admit that, ladies, can you at least admit that every ass-kicking doesn't just fall out of the sky? Really? Even hockey has 2 minutes for instigating, right? They understand that some back and forth happened before that shit, you know? You know what it is? Is every case is handled like that Rihanna one, where they just say, the guy's a piece of shit, fuck this guy, blah, 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 send him to jail, and then they never ask anything about that. You know, I'm not saying he should have done it, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying, dude, in your heart of hearts, what do you think was going down before that happened? You think she was just sitting there going, oh my God, Baskin Robbins, you want to get some ice cream? You know? Or do you think maybe they were having some epic end of the relationship fight and some crazy was being said? Maybe she was screaming in his ear, some crazy female, like, oh, fuck all your friends, I don't give a fuck! Maybe that's why I sell more albums than you, right? To be fair, she could have just been sitting there going, I need a tissue, do you keep those in the glove box? Oh my God, I'll bring my out! I'll bring my out! No, because you know what it is? They never address how women argue, which I think is a core of a lot of that, you know? And I gotta tell you something, man, like, I never knew how women argued, but after 20 years of losing every significant battle in a relationship, I finally figured out how they argued. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm starting to turn this franchise around. I have begun a winning tradition. This is how they argue, as far as I can tell. All right? If they're right, they argue the point. And they stay on point and make sure you stay on point until you're down on your knees, apologizing, begging for forgiveness. All right? No problem with that. Totally respect it. But here's the thing. If they're wrong, they go rogue. They go off-road. They start thinking of shit you're sensitive about, maybe you don't get along with your dad, and in their head, they just start concocting this evil statement. Totally designed, this desperate, Hail Mary attempt to make you fucking mad, you just call them a cunt. That's what it is. And cunt trumps all the bullshit they did to start the argument. Now it's not about that one, that's no reason to call me a cunt, and then that's it, you're in this room now, right? My girl knows my big thing is, my big fear in life is to be that dude who grows old, you know, grows old alone, has like that basement apartment, just screaming up at the younger couple, turn it down! That isn't music! So I noticed that anytime she was losing a fight, out of nowhere, she'd just be like, well, that's why you're just gonna grow old and be alone. Then I'd lose my shit. The next thing you know, I'm in the kitchen washing dishes for the 9th time in a row. This is what the argument was about. I was so right. What happened? So if you learn anything from my ignorance tonight, just know this. Next time you're in a battle with your beautiful woman, your wife, girlfriend, whatever, and they start out of nowhere, okay? You're winning, and they just start saying that crazy out of nowhere. Just know in that moment you've won the fight, okay? All right? Don't get mad. Bob and weave, slip all of that shit. Maybe because you got a little dick. Just let that slide. Stay in the pocket of the argument. Okay? It's over. The argument is over. You've won. Just take a knee and run out the clock. All right? Yes. Lean on the ropes. Let them punch themselves out. And then in the end, you throw their psychology right back at them. Well, maybe we should discuss it later when you calm down. and they won't hook up with you for a couple of days. Who cares? Who cares? You rub one out. Rub one out like a man. It's the champagne of victory. Oh, so I've learned. I finally learned to, like, keep my cool. No means no, that's another one. No means no. It's like, no, it doesn't. All right? Look, no means no. No, that means no, all right? But no, stop it. What are you doing? Oh, my God. You're being so bad. Stop it. No. Yeah, that's not a fucking... That means I want to do it, but I'm afraid you're going to judge me, so I'm just going to make it look like it was your idea so you don't figure out that I've already performed this act with 40 other fucking people, right? But then you go to court and you get a bad read and there's some guy reading it. Your Honor, she said no. Stop it. What are you doing? You're being so bad. Yeah, and you're just sitting there like, she didn't say it like that. She didn't say it like that. Yeah. So now everybody's just like scared shitless. You know? Because I guess if women ran the world, there'd be no war. Evidently, there'd be no due process either. So you just gotta sit there going, No, it's nuts. People are so scared now. You have the male feminist. Like, where did that come from? Just out of nowhere. Last couple years, I'm a male feminist. I've always championed women. No, you haven't. You haven't. This came out and you're scared. You did something. You grabbed some ladies. What did you do that you have to overcorrect that fuck who still has his balls, is walking around saying that he's a male feminist? I'm a male feminist. I totally see the way you see the world. It's impossible as a man who was raised right. To be a feminist. You can't do it. You're a man. Look, you can agree with it, you can empathize, sympathy, you can do all of that, but you can't be it any more than I can stand here and just be like, I'm a Black Panther. Fight the power. And then I walk out the door, a blue-eyed white dude, and I get to live that life, right? I don't know, ladies. I don't buy it. Maybe you do, I don't. Anytime I hear a guy say I'm a male feminist, I always just think that is the most pathetic, limp dick way ever to try and get some pussy, right? Like, that is literally the game you had when you were on a first date when you were 16. You were all nervous and your whole game plan was just agree with her. Maybe she'll touch it. So, what are your favorite bands? I like whatever you like. Will you touch it now? Did I do it right? Yeah, it's a weird time right now. I'm glad that I'm, married now. I don't gotta deal with any of that, Younger guys, I don't know. How do you deal with it? Like, you know what was really fucked up in all of this now? Is what about women who like it rough? Right? That doesn't happen here in the jolly old England, right? Not at all. Everybody gets all dead silent, big elephant in the room, right? Yeah. How do you, what's that?
Ask for consent.
Ask for consent? Doesn't that take the mood? Well, Jesus, that kind of took it in a weird way. Dude, whatever I was saying, however you heard it, that's not what I'm saying, all right? I really listened to this Me Too movement. I think for the first time in my life, I'm gonna ask for consent. I'm really gonna do it this time. I've been feeling... This is why you can't judge comedians. Do you understand this? Do you understand what I was saying and how this jackass just heard it? The second it comes out of my mouth, it's not what I said anymore. It goes into your ear hole and gets cut with your whole childhood. Oh, this is what he means. Sir, if I could get along with my point, if you wouldn't mind that. No, like women who like it rough, like that's gotta be so fucking weird. I remember when I was a single man a long time ago, a lot of hair ago, right? Still wasn't a good look, but I was single. I was out there taking some at-bats. I remember that. You meet a woman, when it started going down that road, like you knew you were gonna hook up, what you try to do, you try to get a jump on it, right? You try to figure out what they liked in the bedroom, because you wanted to satisfy them, because there's nothing worse than if you don't satisfy them, and you know they're gonna tell all their friends, and then you gotta move, and now there's social media, you got a nickname, it's a nightmare. So you just try to, you try to do, a little fucking intelligence, you'd be sitting there hanging out, just being like, what are you into? What do you like to do, right? One night I asked this woman that, she set her drink down, she looked me right in the eye, she's like, I like to get fucked.
gonna be one of these. Okay, here we go. We're gonna have to go hard on this one, right? We had a great time. Now, I don't know how I would hit today. I would just be like, all right, I know what you want to do, but, like, you're going to have to do it. You understand? Like, I'm just going to stand here, and then you just back into me however hard you want. You control how hard you're backing into me. Then I'm going to lay my hand on your shoulder. You can put your ponytail in it. I will slowly close my hand around it. And if at any point you want to yank your head like that, that's on you. My other hand will be just to the right of your right ass cheek. If you want to do one of those, that's fine. But I am not doing anything. I'm just going to stand here like a giant stick. And you just have at it. You just have at it.